Hey everyone, welcome back to MLOps. In this video, we'll continue with our series on MLOps with Apache Airflow. So this is part 3 of the video series where we'll be focusing on model training. In the last two videos, we discussed about the basics of Airflow and we also talked about data ingestion phase in machine learning lifecycle. So as part of this video, we'll be primarily focusing on model training and we'll be running multiple models in parallel with the help of fan in and fan out. So with that, let us get into the script. So first let me go here, and DAGs we have intermediate, and this is the first tutorial under intermediate section. So here first we cover these concepts, which includes training multiple models in parallel, which is the fan out strategy from Airflow, and then comes model comparison and selection, where we select the best model based on certain metrics, and then we save the models with the help of joblib/pickle library. And finally, we'll be logging the metrics to JSON, which is the foundation for MLflow in the later tutorials. Now to run the script or the specific DAG, we'll be using the specific command, which is airflow dags followed by test, and this is the file name, and then comes the date. Now let us get into the core implementation of our script. So first we import all the necessary modules which are required for running the script. So this is the first Python utilities that we'll be importing, and then comes our NumPy and pandas for handling the data set, joblib for storing the model and data, and these SK based modules which are used for training the model, splitting the data set, performing cross validation, and calculating the evaluation score. So and then comes the Airflow based modules, where we'll be using DAG for creating a DAG, and then task for transforming our Python function into a DAG's task, and then comes the trigger rule, which is typically used for triggering the downstream task based on certain condition that is withheld by upstream task. Okay. Once you have imported all these necessary modules, you can start with creating your logger. So this is where we'll be declaring log as logging.getLogger, and then comes our configuration for our DAG. So here this is the default argument which will be applied across the DAG task, and here we define the feature columns and target columns on which we want to train our model on. And here we define all the directories where we want to store the model, where we want to store the metrics and everything. So once you have done this, then you have to go to our two functions, which is load xy and then compute metrics. This is used for loading the packet file which we stored in the previous video, and we'll be loading it here and getting the features and target as x and y. And then comes our compute metrics function, where we measure the error between the ground truth and the estimated value. So this is where we calculate mean absolute error, mean squared error, R-squared score. Okay, and this will be returning this as a dictionary here. So next comes our task for our DAG. So here the first thing is we have to use task decorator, which is used for transforming your Python function into a DAG task. So here our task ID is prepare data split, basically, which means that we want to split our data into train, test and validation. So here first we create the directory which are required, and then we call the function load x, y, which will be loading the packet file, taking the features and the target. And then we'll be splitting the data set with the help of train test split. We'll be having our train temp and validation test. Then comes our path for storing the data split. So this is the file where we'll be storing the data split that we created here, and we'll be using joblib.dump to store this data split. So once you have stored this data split, then we'll be making use of standard scalar, which will be used for standardizing the data set, which is the features, and here we'll be applying the scalar on top of xstring, and then we'll be saving that scalar as part of this specific file with the help of joblib.dump. So basically, when you call this function, which is prepare data splits, we'll be splitting the data set and storing it as a pickle file, and then we'll be using the standard scalar for transforming our input features into scaled values, and it will be stored as a pickle file as well, which is called as scalar.pickle. and it will return string of split path. This is the path that it will send. This path that we create here, right? It will be sent as part of this function call. So in the next task, we train a ridge regression where we take in the splits path where we have stored our data split, and we also load the scalar.pickle. So once you have loaded this data split and also your scalar, we'll be first transforming our data set with the help of scalar function, and then we'll be initializing the ridge regression and training the model here, and we'll be predicting on the validation data set. Once the prediction is done, then we'll be computing the metrics, and we'll also perform cross validation with the help of cross-val score, and we'll be evaluating on this specific evaluation metric, which is R-square. And finally, we'll be saving the model here, and we'll be logging the specific information, which is R-square and RMSE value. And in the next function or the task, we'll be training a random forest model where we again take in the splits path where we have stored our data split, and then we'll be initializing our model, training the model, and then we predict on the validation data set, and we'll be computing the metrics here. So once you have done all that, as part of this random forest, we have something called as feature importance, which will show that of all the feature columns, which feature tries to have major impact on your target value. So we'll also take that information and store it as part of the metric. And finally, we'll be storing the model with the help of joblib under the name rf_model.pickle. And we'll also log this specific information here. So if you go to the previous function and also this function, we are always returning metrics as part of the function call. So basically what we want is, once we train the model, we get the metrics, and we'll be finally comparing the metrics, and we'll understand which model is better. So this is for trained random forest. Next comes gradient boosting. So this is also pretty simple. You take the data split data, and then we'll be initializing the model and training the model, make the prediction, compute the metrics, save the model, and finally log in the metric information, and then we return the metrics. So once you have trained 3 models and got the metric, then we'll be creating a task for selecting the best model. So as part of this specific function, we'll also have something called as trigger rule. So this specific function will execute only when this trigger rule dot all success is passed. So what this will do is, it will check if all the upstream tasks are passed, then only we can run this downstream task. Once all the functions are executed successfully, then we'll be selecting the best model. So this will take in the parameters like ridge metrics, RF metrics, and gradient boosting metrics. And this will be your candidates. You will be selecting the candidates with the maximum value. And here you will be loading the specific pickle file based on these key values. And then comes your copy paste of your best model to this specific path. Okay, so this is where we'll be saving our best model. And as part of this return statement, we'll be creating a summary which will showcase who is the winner, what is the validation score in terms of R-square, what is the validation score in terms of RMSE and for all the models, and what was the selected at, which is the time format. Okay, so here we'll be returning the summary in short. And finally, we have a function or a task which is used for evaluating on the test data set. So here, if you see, we again take the selection, which is nothing but the model that we have selected in the previous section, which is the select best model. So here we take in selection, which is a dictionary, and we'll be loading the data split and best model, and then we'll see whether the selected model is ridge regression or not. If it is ridge regression, then we want to load the scalar.pickle, and then we'll also apply that scalar on top of the X test. If it is not ridge regression, then we'll be taking our test data set and we'll be making the prediction here and compute the metrics on the test data set. Okay, and finally we'll be logging the information here, and we'll be returning the test metrics, which is part of this specific task. Now finally we have our DAG definition. So here, if you notice, we have DAG ID has tutorial 03 model training and then description, and we have our default arguments. Here we have set the schedule interval as none, and which means that we want to trigger this specific DAG manually. And we have set the start time as 24:11 and catch up as false and tag as this. So I'm not going into each of these specific parameters in detail because I have explained this in the last two videos. So you can watch that and understand what each of these parameters mean. So this is a basic DAG definition. So it has been explained in the previous video. So I would recommend to watch that video to understand each parameter. So as part of this tag, first we make a call to prepare data split, which will split the data set into train, test and validation, and that will be sent to 3 models and it will be running in parallel. This will be your fan out strategy. And then comes your fan in, where you will be taking in the results from 3 different models and you will be comparing them and getting the best model out of it. And finally, we'll be evaluating our best model on the test data set. So this is the whole script for our model training. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and execute the script with the help of Airflow. So let me go to terminal here. First, let us set the environment. We go here as well, move this down. We want to copy the Airflow initialization from here. So let me move this down here, move this up. So first step is to switch to MLOps Airflow, then activate, and then copy paste this command, which will be setting the environment for Airflow. And then open another terminal, switch to MLOps Airflow, then activate, copy paste this command, run this, open another terminal where we'll be running the DAG command. So here we have executed, successfully. So now let me just start the Airflow web server, which will be showing the platform to us on 8080. And then we'll be starting the Airflow scheduler, which will be used for triggering the DAG. So once this is up, then we can run the scheduler, and then we'll be taking this specific command from here, the run command we have discussed earlier. So this one will copy it here, and if it is up and running, then we can copy paste it here. Okay, so before we do this, we have to switch to MLOps environment. So let me go to source MLOps, then activate, and then we'll be copy pasting this. Okay, now since we have executed our Airflow web server, scheduler and our DAG script, we can go ahead and see our Airflow environment. So let me go to incognito mode here, go to localhost 8080 home. So if you see, the script got executed. So this is basically training the model and then evaluating the model on the test data set. So we should be seeing all that information coming up here. So here the username and password is admin. So if you notice here, we have our run which was successful for tutorial 3 model training. And if I go inside, you will see this graph where we have this fan out, which is like running 3 models in parallel, and this is the fan in, where we'll be getting the results or the metrics into the select best model function. Here we can see the details regarding our DAG. So this is first run and last run start, max duration, mean run duration. Okay, so this is a task 6, total task is 6. Tag display name, description, file lock. Okay, and then we have pickle ID, which is null. Okay, so this is the tags that we have set, and this is the start date. Okay, so this gives us a basic information about everything that we wanted to set as part of the metadata for this specific DAG. If you want to manually trigger, what you can do is go to DAGs and switch this on and run it again here. So it will be initially in queued state, and it will be then moving to the running state, and it will be then moving to the success state. So right now it is only 1 success. Once it is executed, it will be 2. Okay, so let me go here. So total success, total running. Okay, we are able to see that. So this is the second running we are seeing right now. It is in the best model, and then it will be in the evaluate state. Okay, yeah. So right now, so here what we have seen is all the steps that we have executed as part of our DAG can be viewed here. So let me go to the specific ID here and go to the tutorial. So if I just see here under model section, we understood what is parallel task, what is fan out and fan in, and how we use the job lib for saving the model, and also data split, and also how we store the scalar pickle file. So with that, I'll be concluding this video. In the next video, we'll be jumping into MLflow tracking, where we'll be discussing about experiment tracking and model registry. Okay, so till then, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next.